idea what you just walked into.
So we're here to talk about Ballerina with director Len Wiseman and star Norman Reedus. How are you guys?
Very good. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. So we're going to get right to it, okay? So Len, my first question is for you. So the John Wick universe is already established. It has its own style. So I wanted to know if you can talk us through your process to making it the same thing, but also your own thing in that universe with Ballerina. Can you talk about that?
The way that I approach it really is coming at it from a love and being a fan of the series myself. So I really go into it of what would I want to see if I wasn't directing it, because I think you get caught up in your head. A lot of you really start to try to kind of guess what other people might want from it. So the starting point for me is what would I love to see? Being such a fan and loving the movies, what would I be wanting to see? What would I be expecting? So I come at it that way, and then just start to build and have fun. I love creating action sequences and the ideas behind them, and so start just kind of workshopping a lot of those things into the world. But I really, not from a selfish point of view, but I just go, what would I love to see? What would I love to sit down in a theater and see if I was watching something tied into this world?
Okay, yes, I understand. Okay, Norman, for you now. We know that there's an obvious difference between the action in The Walking Dead and Ballerina, but I wanted to know from you, how does it compare in terms of your preparation and your approach?
Well, it's a different fighting style, totally. Walking Dead's very sloppy. This is very choreographed, and a lot of people put it together to make it safe and look spectacular. I'm pretty good with weapons already after all this time, but it's always a math problem. Like even on the TV show, everything's math. Like the fighting's math. You show an arrow, you bend out of frame, you come up with it without the arrow digitally, you show another arrow. There's a math thing.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's a fluid process, but our first scene together, there were so many things by the number.
Yeah.
Because also a lot of stuff was blowing up around us. So it's these calls. It's like a dance rehearsal that you go through. So there are a lot of it is a bit of like a grid math equation.
Yeah.
And then a lot of rehearsal, and we threw Norman right out of wardrobe.
A lot of sharp stuff.
Yeah. It's like stand here, don't look there. That's going to blow up in your face.
And I don't have shoes on.
Yeah, and you don't have shoes on.
Yeah. It's like when I ride a motorcycle sometimes, if I'm on a trip and I'm going around a corner, I'll imagine how to lay down the bike just in case I have to lay it down last minute. There's a lot of that in that first scene. Like there's a lot of sharp stuff I don't want to put my hands on, steps being removed underneath my feet. There's a lot of bang.
Okay, so following up on that, can you talk to us, without any spoilers, of course, which was the hardest scene or fight that was the hardest to pull off? This is for both. You can go first.
I mean, it wouldn't seem like it's the hardest, but it was. It was. There's a restaurant scene, and it's just because it was so close quarters. So there was a lot of choreography within a small space. I fell in love with this location that I found for this more of this like a tavern. You see bits of it in the trailer. It was just complicated because it was so narrow, low ceilings. So it became more dangerous because we wanted to be so violent and not be restricted by anything. So that was, in terms of, for me, directing, that was hard to kind of work out the space.
Okay, all right. So
what about the fires, the fire in the water?
Yeah, but that's fun.
But didn't she say like 106 bodies she burned?
Yeah. And the first one, I was testing out because I want to show her like that it's safe and and also I want to try out a flamethrower.
Right.
Right? It's like how often are you going to get to do that, right? So I'm, I tested out and and I want to be able to tell her that like it's safe and it's you know, and then I go, this is fucking cool. This is really like, it's quite an experience. And then I get a radio call that she has tested it, and she cried the first time, but she also lit a dude on fire.
Right.
Okay.
You know, I was hitting like plexiglass.
Right.
Yeah. So it's different if you go, okay, test this out, and you like actually burn somebody on fire, and then she got over it. But after that, she was like, yeah, just flaming people.
Oh, she cried during the first.
She did, and
That's sweet.
it is sweet.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. So we have time for more, I think. We're a little away from. There's a little while into June, so I wanted to know if you can talk about that. Where are you in terms of editing? Are you almost done? How is
Almost
it?
done. We're it's in the sound mix now, so sound effects, visual effects, scoring, stuff like that. So it's in the final stage of post.
Okay, and the John Wick movies, they have been getting lengthier, yes. So for Ballerina, do you have an idea of runtime?
7 hours.
Hmm.
No, it's not. I don't know exact timing yet. So we still got some finessing to do, but no idea.
So thank you guys
All right.
for your time.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.